If you think the only way you're gonna get to see people with superpowers is on TV or the next Marvel movie, well, think again. Also, kinda look at all of our other videos about this subject. You're gonna see quite a few of them. Now, granted, I'm not talking about anything like Superman or Spiderman, but these are still pretty impressive on their own. And the good thing is, you don't have to go and search for them. We took the liberty of compiling the best of them for you. So with all that said and done, let's begin, shall we? Number 10. The Levitating Girl. The footage shows, at least to the story that accompanies it, a man and his dog walking in the woods somewhere in Russia. And while doing so, they come across something strange, to say the least. Right in the middle of the forest, they came across a little girl that appears to be levitating in the air, accompanied by some older woman, her mother, or probably even her older sister. The man watched the pair for a couple of seconds, but the dog barked, which startled both the woman and the girl. The very next thing that you see is the little girl firmly on the ground, being led away by the woman. Does this footage prove that there's actually some people on Earth who can fly? Probably not, honestly. Aside from the fact that you should question everything on the internet, this footage might have been staged to piggyback on the genre of the found footage, because back then it was getting pretty popular. So hey, popularity can get clicks. But that's just my hack theory. Let me know what you think of in the comments. Number 9. The Iceman. Now, of course, I'm not talking about the mutant known as Iceman. I'm pretty sure that there's no one in the world who could turn their entire body into ice and use the moisture in the air to freeze any nearby objects. Yet. No, I'm talking about the next best thing, though. Wim Hof, also known as the Iceman, is a Dutch extreme athlete noted for his ability to withstand freezing temperatures. He set numerous world records, including one for swimming under ice and another for prolonged full-body contact with ice. He still currently holds the world record for a barefoot half marathon on ice and snow. According to Hof himself, anybody can do what he's done, with his help of course. He developed the Wim Hof method, a series of breathing and meditation exercises designed to build your tolerance of the cold. It's so effective that, in fact, when a skeptical reporter tried the Wim Hof method with the purpose of debunking it, he was able to, after just a few months, climb the snowy Alps wearing just shorts. Number 8. Aquaman. He may not be able to actually breathe underwater, but he can stay underwater for longer than anyone on the planet. A native of New Zealand, Dave Mullins has changed the world of freediving forever by his amazing accomplishments. He has the uncanny ability of holding his breath longer than any other normal person, making freediving the perfect sport for him. He currently holds multiple freediving world records, including diving 265 meters in 4 minutes and 1 second. He set this record back in 2010, and it still remains unbeaten to this very day. Now, holding your breath for a long time may not seem like a superpower, but try holding your breath yourself. I guarantee that you won't be able to hold it for 4 minutes sitting still, much less exerting effort while diving. Number 7. The French Spiderman. If you have a fear of heights, and this next entry on our list is not for you, because I guarantee that you're going to get vertigo just by watching this guy in action. Alain Robert, also known as the French Spiderman, has the uncanny ability to climb any structure he so wishes, and he does it without the help of any climbing gear. Well, no gear aside from chalk and really comfy shoes. What's more amazing is that he prefers to climb smooth 90-degree surfaces with no obvious footholds in sight. Like his superhero namesake, he's developed quite a notorious reputation as well. He mostly climbs skyscrapers, and also does that illegally. He's actually been arrested multiple times for doing this, and in fact, he's currently banned from climbing any structure in Britain. All of his exploits have been documented, and videos of him climbing the dizzying heights can be seen on YouTube, such as the clip that you're watching right now. Better check him out right now, because this might be your only chance to see a real-life Spider-Man in action before he gets arrested. Number 6. Teleporting humans. Teleportation is the transfer of energy or matter from one point in space to another without traversing the physical space between the 2 points. Sounds like something that's perfectly ensconced in the world of science fiction, am I right? Well, none of this next piece of footage is to be believed. This dashcam footage claims to show a man who appears to be wearing a lab coat unexplainably appearing on a road somewhere in Russia. The man seemed to simply appear out of thin air, and also in front of a speeding truck, and his appearance is so abrupt that the truck's driver had to swerve violently in order to avoid hitting him head-on. But probably the most disturbing thing about this footage is that the man didn't look like he really cared about the fact that he almost died via truck. Number 5. The man that ate everything. The urge to make a Nikocado joke right now is very strong, but everybody else is doing it, so I'm not gonna bend to that. Now, unless you're Nikocado or you're the Blob from X-Men, huge appetites are not really a superpower in itself. In fact, it's actually a big problem in America right now, I should know. I'm quite big myself. After all, though, a lot of people have humongous appetites, it's not any more surprising when we see someone downing a few dozen hot dogs. However, what makes the eating abilities of this next entry on this list is a superpower that's not how much he eats, but by what he eats. Michael Latito is an ordinary man with an extraordinary ability. He can eat and digest almost anything, edible or otherwise. He was born with a unique mutation. The linings of his stomach and his intestines are thicker than normal, allowing him to digest anything that he ingests. Aside from that, he was also born with 2 sets of teeth. Mr. Eat-All, as he is fondly known, has eaten anything and everything that you can think of. Light bulbs, rubber tires, and even an entire bicycle. His most notable feat, though, was eating an entire Cessna plane. Not in one sitting, of course, but over the course of a few years. Unfortunately, though, Michael Latito is no longer with us, dying of natural causes back in 2007. Number 4. The real-life Daredevil. One of the most unique superpowers in comics must be echolocation. As far as I know, only Daredevil possesses this amazing ability, or at least the way he can use it. Echolocation is the ability to interpret echoes, however minute they are, and use them to navigate various environments and surroundings. To put it simply, echolocators use sound to see. In the comics, Matt Murdock was blinded as a child when some toxic chemicals spilled into his eyes. These chemicals also somehow enhanced his hearing, and thus Daredevil was born. Many animals use this ability, bats being the most famous animals to have it, but surely no one could ever develop such an amazing ability, right? Well, you'll be pleasantly surprised to know that you're dead wrong. Ben Underwood is a man that was able to develop echolocation abilities after he tragically lost both his eyes to cancer when he was only 2 years old. Simply by clicking his tongue and listening to the echoes, he's able to do what any normal-sighted human could do, like ride his bike and play basketball, among other things. The ability did not come naturally, though. It took him years of practice to enhance his hearing to this level. With his bravery and perseverance, Ben taught us a valuable lesson: to never let a disability prevent us from living a normal life, or stop us doing what we love to do. Number 3. X-ray vision. X-ray vision is probably one of the most famous superpowers in the world of comics. Having the ability to see right through anything has proven to be an advantage to many a hero. And yet this superpower is firmly set foot in fantasy and can never be naturally acquired by any human. Not unless we believe the claims of the next entry on our list. Russian woman Natasha Demkina claims to have X-ray vision and has gone out of her way to prove that she does have it. She says her powers manifested at the age of 10 and she's been able to do it ever since. Natasha claims that she could see right into a person's body and report any illness that she sees. There have been mixed reports about the accuracy of her readings. Some people believe them to be accurate, but there are still a lot of skeptics saying that it's all just a money-making scam. A real possibility, given the fact that she charges $13 per reading, which can quickly add up to thousands of dollars every month, given the number of people that put their faith in her. Now it's time for the day's best pick. So if you find something online and want to know more about it, send it on over to us and we'll look into it for you. Who knows, might even feature in a future video. Number 2. Unbreakable. If, like in the photo you see right now, you somehow survive getting hit by a truck head-on, you're pretty much invulnerable. While that is a pretty sick superpower to have, none of us are probably gonna get it. However, one man came pretty close. No, he didn't run into any speeding trucks head-on just for kicks, but he did, however, take a cannonball to the stomach and survived. Frank Cannonball Richards was a Depression-era circus strongman who earned his nickname for being the only man to be shot by a cannon and surviving. Let me repeat that. He was shot by a cannon, not from a cannon, and not only survived, but showed nor felt any real lasting damage and kept doing it. He knew from an early age that he had unusually strong gut muscles. In fact, he let his friends punch him in the stomach as hard as they could. And believe it or not, there were actually days that he would take 1,000 blows to his gut and not even develop a bruise. He had himself shot with a cannon twice a day and would have done it more if he hadn't found the stunt too exhausting. Before we move on, do me a favor. My analytics show that only about 15% of you watching are actually subscribed. Come on guys, what's up with that? Can you guys please hit the subscribe button? You guys watch my videos every day anyway, so you might as well subscribe and keep up to date with every video we put out. Number 1. Superhuman reflexes. People say never bring a knife to a gunfight, but I bet when you hear about our next entry on the list, you're not gonna have the guts to face him and his sword in a fight, even if you're packing a couple of hand cannons. Isao Machi has dedicated his life to mastering the use of his sword. He currently holds multiple world records pertaining to swordsmanship, mostly involving how fast he can cut something or how many things he can cut within a specified amount of time. He possesses above average speed, but that's not the reason why he's on this list. Machi has superhuman reflexes, allowing him to react to external stimuli much quicker than any normal person. To test this, a TV show once filmed him doing something so remarkable that you had to see it to believe it. He sliced a BB gun pellet in half while in flight, which was shot from 70 feet away. The scientist present during the stunt was absolutely dumbfounded, and the only explanation that she could give was that his reflexes and anticipation were superhuman, allowing him to cleanly cut something that he couldn't even see. What kind of superpower would you want to have? Let us know in the comments down below. Also make sure to check out the channel's other amazing content. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Later, everybody.